welcome back to the Good Talk, our post-game recap and Q&A show where we discuss the game that we just played and answer all your burning questions, both Warhammer and otherwise. You didn't leave the screen up, so I couldn't see the queue.
We couldn't tell. We didn't know when we were like...
I was like...
It was working fine for me.
We're just... Yep, here we are.
Look at us 30 seconds ago.
There we are.
That's the
Look
time.
at us. Oh, it's so
We're
awkward.
just waiting.
You're doing a great job.
I knew what was happening. This is a you problem. Entirely.
Mega cringe. That was like 12-year-old high school.
No, it was perfect.
It was beautiful.
I enjoyed it.
It's beautiful. We just came off of a fantastic, close,
So close.
nail-biter of a game between the brand new Adeptus Custodes
And
Genestealer Cult.
the brand new.
Genestealer Cult.
You didn't do brand new twice. You gotta do, they're both new.
Brand new.
They're both new.
New brand. Genestealer. Look, it was a weird game.
Yeah. Pretty much every time our units came in contact with each other, we ended up saying, well, that's not what I expected.
It was so weird.
Starting with turn one, it was like,
Oh my god.
well, that's not what I expected.
I was like, oh, Bridger, we messed up.
We messed up.
I was like, this is not going to be good.
Yeah.
Because I went in with my first blob of 15 acolytes, 4 saws, going in, all the buffs, and then it just unraveled. And it was like, oh, right. You have these weapons to Overwatch.
Right.
Oh, you have 4 rerolls, which you didn't realize. And then the marker was on the wrong thing, and it was just like, oh, this is bad.
Yeah.
Luckily, in that case, I
We just
adjusted.
worked it out, yeah.
Worked it out. I said, okay, I'm not going to do that. The middle is yours.
Mm-hmm.
We had all the crazy things, like the bikes going into the Jackals.
Yeah, somehow the Jackals lived. Even though, I mean, normally I would be winning on 2s. You have mini transhumans, so I was winning on 3s.
Nice, yeah.
And I rolled a lot of 2s. So somehow you survived the AP4, every wound kills a model
Right?
onslaught. But that's kind of these factions, right?
Yeah.
Is that they still don't have enough dice. They don't throw enough attacks. Really, neither faction throws enough. Although you throw a lot of attacks, but they're...
You can get up to enough attacks. Some of them come in built. This is why I'm increasingly liking things like Pure Strain, because no buffs required.
Right.
They just do their thing.
They just do their thing, yeah.
That was one of the big kind of problems in this game was like, you can do a lot if you make your charge. You can fight last if you have the crossfire in the right spot, and if you get your mass hypnosis off. All these things are so conditional, and it's not how I like to play Warhammer.
Right. I think a lot of the variance probably came from my army, because I have so few attacks that are supposed to be incredibly reliable.
Yeah.
Sometimes they're not.
Yeah.
And then sometimes they spike up, and you're like, whoa!
Right.
That thing's dead now. But like twice over, and I didn't really need that. I kind of needed that somewhere else.
It was very hard to gauge how much things would do because of that.
Yeah.
You know? You would spike high or low, or turn off my rerolls, which throws off my math.
Right.
You had AP, which frankly neither of us had a good sense of.
I had an excess of AP.
Yeah.
Like I had way too much. I was hitting AP 4 and 5 in a bunch of places, and it's like, dude, I had a 5-up armor. Like, this is just rude.
Calm down. Calm down. So weird.
Yeah.
I think it remains to be a weird matchup. There's a reason we didn't do this one first. After having played a couple games with the army, I felt like I wanted to try it. You know, this was the gauntlet being thrown down, and it was tougher than I expected. I'll be honest. I thought the GSC would do better. I know they won. Spoiler, but like it was very tenuous.
It was.
And I got lucky, and
it came down to a lot of like unlikely things.
Yeah.
I mean, I think both of us made some weird scoring errors.
Yeah.
Because it's actually hard to think about how you're supposed to be playing this matchup. Because the GSC can be everywhere, and that's hard on both players. Yeah. And projecting forward the scoring when anybody can be anywhere at any time, like we're used to saying, okay, it's turn 3, I know how this game goes.
Yeah.
And in this matchup, any unit can go anywhere. You can't know what's going to happen at all.
Yeah.
It's so all over the place.
Absolutely.
It's crazy, crazy matchup.
So wackadoodle. We talked about things doing well, doing badly, doing unexpectedly. Who do you think would be your MVP for this game?
That's a tough question.
Yeah.
The bikes actually kind of disappointed me. For as much as they cost, they did not even get close to their points back.
I think this will make you happy.
Yeah?
And I'll say this was night and day with the bikes from Solar Watch.
Yes.
Solar Watch, amazing, terrifying.
So good.
Honestly, if they were Solar Watch, they would have been the terror.
Yeah.
Like I was only able to kind of keep you at bay because you didn't have half of those tools.
And there were a lot of charges that I could have taken. Like I was playing very conservatively with the bikes. There were a lot of charges I could have taken, but it's not a guarantee I'll get out of that. Yeah. Like I might just be trapped there forever. And once the bikes are trapped, they're done. Yeah. It's like they'll fall back and shoot, but the shooting, as we saw, is not that great.
Yep.
Like it's interesting that you can AP1 Hurricane Bolters. Is it good? No. Not at all.
This is a matchup where it, in theory, made a difference. And
it didn't. That's the thing. It's like anytime you have a target for a Hurricane Bolter, it's either overkill or it's doing nothing.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair.
So MVP?
Not the bikes.
I wanted it to be them. The characters were amazing, but they just didn't get there. The way the game played out, I wasn't allowed to do my thing, and you weren't allowed to do your thing.
Yeah.
And we both just like
had
a stare down, and we're like, we're mean mugging each other until the dice rolled and the game was over.
Right?
So it's not the characters, it's not the bikes. Custodian Guard did okay. Do they get it? I guess the Terminators did okay.
Yeah.
Nothing was exceptional because there was so little that happened in that
game. It's so funny because I had this impression of your army as like it was absolutely terrifying and just wrecking. But when I asked myself that same question, I don't know who your MVP is.
Well, because the game was so uneventful. You respected the lethality and durability of my army.
After turn 1.
You stayed away. And then nothing was able to be effective.
Yeah, lessons were learned immediately.
And then once you respect Custodians and you don't let them charge, they're bad.
Yeah.
If they don't get to fight you, they're bad.
Well, let me tell you this. We've seen all the seasons of Ink Master. Mm-hmm. And sometimes when they do a day, like Japanese tattoos, traditional, it's really, really tough. And sometimes nobody gets the best tattoo of the day.
There you go.
Because everyone kind of failed.
Yeah.
And it's sometimes good to acknowledge that.
No MVP for Custodians.
I'm glad you see where I was going with that.
And LVP, Trajan. Yeah.
Oh, no,
I'm
it's
saying
not Trajan.
Just to be inflammatory, it's Trajan.
No.
LVP Trajan. He died like a chump. I said it.
I was like...
Died like a chump.
You were so close. You were feeling... I was like, oh my god, Trajan's amazing. And you're just like, it's happening, he's amazing. And then he died. And then you like made the joke. And you're like, oh, he sucks. And I was like, oh, he's joking. I'm like, oh, I know, he's serious.
He doesn't suck. It's just he doesn't solve the problems of the army. And when you're paying almost 200 points for a character, they have to do that. The bike captain does solve one of the problems of the army. Dude's crazy fast.
Yeah.
He kills everything he touches. You got to be Solar Watch. He's going to fall back and charge. He can fall back 28 inches with the Orc Aquilus.
Look, you know I'm on Solar Watch wagon with you. I agree. I just think Trajan's good.
Trajan's good. I think he gets outcompeted just like Armon. Armon's good. If you compare Armon to most characters in the game, he's good.
Armon's great. You wouldn't put Armon on
But he doesn't make it into most lists because of the opportunity cost. He gets outperformed by other things, and I think Trajan's in the same boat. You know what? The 5-up CP regen was fine. It's okay.
Yeah.
1 additional CP. It's okay. I ended up having to spend it in list building just to get back to the other stuff I wanted.
The 1 extra CP is kind of an insult. Like, give me 2 or 3 or give me nothing.
Right. It's like Gilliman gets 3.
Yeah.
His henchman gets 2.
Morvenval gives 2.
Morvenval gives 2. Yeah. Trajan, 1. Yeah. Yeah, we said it.
Yeah.
He's worse than the Chapter Master of Ultramarines.
I'm just saying, I bet Constantine Valdor would give more than 1.
Constantine Valdor would give 100 command points.
Yeah, probably.
He would bring the entire Imperium down, crashing down on your opponent. You wouldn't be fair to have Constantine Valdor in a game because your whole army would have full rerolls to hit and wound all game.
Yeah.
You get 100 command points just for bringing.
Your opponent can't even roll dice. You can't. There's like you can't reroll against certain things. Well, you just can't roll dice against that army.
No, he would bury them in red tape, and they have to roll all their dice one at a time, and the game has to be played on a clock.
Yeah, exactly. I'm into it. I'm super into it.
So who's your LVP? Mine's Trajan.
Who's my LVP?
Yeah. The Patriarch was not impressive.
He was like, He got
punked.
He got punked a little bit.
By 3 little dudes with swords.
Yeah, but those guys are scary. That was my rolling, though. That was really bad. That was really bad roll. Bad. I don't know who there were lots of disappointing plays. I want to be disappointed in the Aberrants, but I'm not. The Abominant was disappointing.
Oh, he's stuck in there like a champ.
He tanked.
He's stuck in there forever.
That's the one thing that he can be good at if you put the Void Worm Talisman on.
I took like almost 30 attacks into him with a Dreadnought, and he lived.
You know who my LVP is? Charges. This is my biggest concern with this army, especially because I love this army. I'm interested in playing it competitively after LVO.
Right.
You know, this confirms why I'm sticking with Jerkari, an army I know I can play well into everything. I hate just failing charges.
Yeah.
Even like an 8-inch, rerollable, blah, all the things, it's like not that.
It's not that safe.
So that sucks.
And that's how I feel about Custodes.
Yeah.
I'm in the same boat, man.
It feels so bad.
Like the whole game is like, well, did I make my charges?
Yeah.
But for Custodes, it's then also, did my 3 attacks per model all hit and wound?
Yeah.
If not, uh-oh.
You know.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But I'm going to have a good time at LVO.
It's going to be a ton of fun. We'll see. The big question everyone wants to know is, will Trajan make it into your list?
I don't think he will. I think he got the boot halfway through that game.
Wow.
When he died like a chump.
What if chat voted? Would you accept their ruling?
No, because chat's of course going to tell me to take Trajan. But it's my army list. You guys can't write it for me. I'm going to write the list, and I don't think he's in it.
I feel like it just takes all the Titans at LVO to just steal your models. And just keep replacing every model with a Trajan.
Every model is Trajan.
That's I might get in trouble for having an illegal list.
Bridger opens his back. It's just 90 Trajans.
It's like
the judge gets called over. Excuse me. He has 30 Trajans.
Yeah, sir. It's like, you know, there's that dark section on YouTube, which is like Jurassic Park, but all the dinosaurs are Jeff Goldblum.
Right.
It's Bridger's list, but all the Custodes are Trajan.
Yeah.
It's like that.
Yeah. Judge definitely get called on me every game.
Yeah.
First game, I would get a red card, but I would still play the second game and get another red card.
Of course.
And then third game, they would actually carry me
You
out.
wouldn't have any choice. You're the victim here, really.
I am the victim.
You have no other models.
I like scrabble together. The fans bring me my actual list back, and I scrabble it together. We go to lunch, come back. It's all Trajans
All Trajans again. Oops, all Trajans. Even the Gladys somehow is like a big Trajan.
Yeah.
Weird. Anyways, super fun game. Anything you want to say on it before we continue to answer questions?
I mean, I think that actually the MVP is the cards that everyone
The cards were
wants.
great.
The cards are dope.
If y'all want these, they'll be on Discord somewhere. I don't know. Maybe the Custodes sub-Discord. What do we call it? The Custodes channel in the Discord?
In the Discord.
Pop them in there. It's just a Drive document with 6 images.
That's
Very
I'll do
helpful,
it.
though.
And then you just print it.
To
It was
yourself.
incredibly helpful.
Yeah.
Especially if you have Trajan. If y'all like Trajan. And you can just rearrange these arbitrarily.
Yeah.
Because he has to take the warlord trait that I would never take, which is just rearrange your katas because you
Right.
feel like it.
I love it.
You need these cards if you're gonna do that.
He lets you. Yeah.
But yeah, they're cool. Yeah, the art was okay. It's actually kind of hard to find good
The art
Custodes art.
was okay.
It's hard to find good Custodes art.
It's hard to find any art, to be frank.
Like at all.
There's no
'Cause you
art
can
in
just
the
type
world.
the word art.
No,
into Google.
art is hard to find. No, what I mean is, for example, when we were doing like the we did them for like our
Right.
Sigma armies because there's lots of buffs everywhere.
Yeah.
And I would like Google Sylvaneth art or Soulblade
Yeah,
art,
yeah.
and it'd be like there's like 4 or 5 images, and we're like, I feel like there's more than this.
Right. There's got to be more.
I was like, I'm gonna go get the book, and I'm just gonna take photos of the actual book.
Right.
And I'm like, no, that's the 5 pieces of art in the
yeah.
whole book. And it's misleading.
A lot of these are actually fan art. There was like an imager of somebody was like trying to do the longest post about describing Custodes in Imager. I don't know why people do this, but I'm thankful that he did collate all this art and type an essay that describes Custodes.
Yeah.
But like, I got a lot of this art from one Imager album. You just got to find. There's like treasure troves. You got to find like the place.
That's fair. That's fair.
But yeah, some of this art's real bad. It's not bad art. It's just it has a different art direction than the rest of the art direction for Custodes. And it's like I just don't. When I think Custodes, I don't think weird cone-headed people. Or like all depictions of Aquilon Terminators look ridiculous.
Yeah.
They just look like slumpy
With
like
big like oven mitts.
grumpy.
love
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
It's great.
And their fire pikes are also depicted in a way that's not the same as the model.
Yeah. I'm into it. I wish that's how they looked for it.
It's a problem with Custodes being so recent and fringe, but whatever.
Well, are we on to it?
We're ready for
Let's
Super
do
Chats.
it.
Thank you, Specs. Won't be able to make it to LVO/the Emperor Meetup, but hope you all have a great time and know that I'll be anxiously and frantically building GSC the whole time.
Yes. Ascension Day.
Yeah, that's in 2 days.
Well, there'll be many more meetups to come.
There will be more meetups to come, and we're also going to try to see what possible coverage we can do. We're going to be there for quite a while.
I could bring
We
some
bring
cameras.
Thank you, Magnus. Well, thank you, Magnus, for this. So far,
Thank you, Magnus.
best sushi we've ever been sent. Amazing. I'm all for it. But more importantly, thank you, Magnus. So, Adrian, what GSC list are you bringing to LVO?
What are you taking, Adrian?
Look, this was a... I've had 2 stream games with GSC.
And they were both
a lot of work.
difficult.
And many mistakes were made.
Yeah.
Both technical and rules-wise.
Yeah.
So, look, I'm still excited for the army. I'm still going to play it. I'm going to practice it. Post LVO, I think we'll have a real talk about what my competitive army looks like, just because I love the faction. But, look, it's only...
You would not survive.
5 days before today. I know. I think I can survive the 5 days.
Especially not this LVO, because not only do you have to play 6 games in 2 days, but also as soon as the games are done, we're still on the clock. Like we have meetups.
Yeah.
We're gonna have dinners with people.
It's gonna be
we have
a lot.
business meetings. Like we got a lot.
Look, I'll
in
just
that
organize my GSC while we're in the business meeting. It's fine. I'm getting ready for the game. Okay.
I'm going to be in the hotel room. I've already looked at spa appointments. I'm excited.
You're gonna have a good time.
I'm going to have a blast.
You are.
Thank you, Vincent. LVO list, Bellicor, Mortarion, Epidemus, 1 Death Guard, DP with Rotten Constitution, Super Rating Plate, Wing 3x3 Nurglings, 3 PVC, 1 Flesh Mower. Yes.
Ooh, it was mega elite.
How does this deal? So let's go with like all the main matchups right now, all the big matchups are similar in that they actually struggle to hold objectives.
Yeah, yeah.
And have a bunch of -1 damage. And what I like about this is that Bellicor and Mortarion have like 100 million damage. Like they don't care about your -1 damage. They're gonna kill you.
Yeah, million -1.
Right?
Yeah.
And then the rest of the list is stuff that just doesn't die. I think this is actually a very meta list. Like this handles the top matchups pretty well, and this is a cool variant, a cool spin on the Epidemius list.
Yeah, I 100% agree. It's out of the context of the current meta, it'd be like, well, that's weird. How does it score? How does it play the game? But I think it actually does have interesting play into the current state of the game.
God, the game has just gone down a dark alley.
It's in a weird. I don't know that I'm upset about it, but it's definitely in a weird place for sure.
Competitive 40K took a sharp left turn, and we're all just doing like fringe, weird nonsense.
When did this happen?
Well, they printed a bunch of rules with -1 damage,
They won't stop.
and it just keeps going.
They won't stop.
And people are like, "Oh, well, the answer to -1 damage is actually -1 damage."
Yeah.
So we'll just keep doing that.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Bozo181.
Heyo.
Need a Grimdark.
Grimdark.
Grimdark. Wow. Reading so far away.
Ratings hard.
It is pretty far.
So hard. Need a Grimdark paint scheme for my new GSC army. Thinking of a pale skin, blue shirts, red eyes. Any suggestions? Basing tips? Jungle/swamp or urban?
Always urban GSC. That's their thing.
It is their thing.
I don't think of like farmers getting like
But I love
corrupted by
that.
GSC.
Like that sounds fantastic.
You can double
Did you
down.
see a
Like
GSC with a little...
if that's your
pitchfork?
theme,
Yeah.
yes, I think you could lean into
Like, I
that.
would
And they
love
all
an
have
agricultural world
overalls and like pitchforks. That could be cool, but that's not what you're doing.
GSC. No, I know.
So I think go all in on urban.
I agree, urban. Also because it's more grimdark.
Yep.
Majority, obviously, you could do swamp, but
But now somebody send us pictures of farmer GSC because we need that.
Farmer GSC. Was it the truck meta? It's coming. That's a callback.
That's a callback that nobody's gonna know because we were behind closed doors in Gibraltar.
If you were at Gibraltar, Winners, if you're watching, you know, you get this joke.
If you're one of 10
I don't
content
think Winners
creators.
watches this part of the show.
I don't know if Winners watches any of our
Chris
show,
Winters?
No,
Okay.
that's our friend.
I was
No.
like, wait.
No, Winners.
Okay.
Old man Winners, who doesn't even know the difference between us.
I don't think he watches that
Is there a
stuff.
difference?
I'm playing Bridger and or Adrian. I'm concerned you said the and. I'm my own person.
He's like, it's good to take both of them.
Yeah. Anyways, this is cool. I like it. Lots of grime, probably, right? Especially with the urban stuff. Pale skin, blue shirts, red eyes. Your armor will matter a lot. Maybe like a black or silver. I guess silver, kind of rusty, would be really sick. don't overdo the red eyes. I think be wary of it.
Yeah.
Like maybe like a little red wash around the eye areas, rather than going too heavy on like glowing red eyes, because it can be.
Eyes are hard to do.
It's so hard to do.
Most of the time, I wash and just.
It's good enough.
You just move on.
Yep. Just
Yep.
Awesome. Thank you, Water Faucet.
Thank you.
Just finished Tuesday's GSC versus Blood Angels. What a swinging game. Such dramatic dice, too. Much love to you all, and go Banana Boys.
Oh, thanks, Water Faucet.
Banana Boys.
Yeah, I mean, I think both these factions, Custodes and GSC, are super swingy because they don't. The dice that they roll that matter are few, and so that just inherently has swing. So, like, GSC, if they fail the charges, they probably lose.
Yep.
And they have too many charges to be re-rolling, and they don't innately re-roll charges.
Tuesday, I was Emperor, so I had all rerolls, and it was still volatile.
That's a you thing.
It is
though.
still volatile.
That's a you thing.
Personal problem.
It was so painful. And also you have things that exist in the game. You had it here today. John had
Tanglefoot, yeah.
Well, Tanglefoot, but even like Transhuman.
Right.
Right? You have a million attacks, a million strength. Suddenly half that goes away.
Yeah.
Volatility just spikes up the roof. Right? We had some rolls today where it was like Transhuman, but it didn't matter. I rolled above, and other rolls not so much.
Yeah.
So spiky.
Your dice in particular are very spiky. Like you either roll really well or really poorly.
Yeah.
You very rarely roll just average.
Right. But like me as a player, I don't play for the spike. Like I would so rather have average dice all the time.
Yeah.
It's infuriating.
It's just a curse you must live with.
Yeah. We don't choose our gifts.
Our quirks.
Well, thank you, Cody Weissman. Howdy, Titans. If you could add any one unique rule to your favorite army, no limits in a perfect world, what rule would you add and which army?
It's actually really tough for me now. It's 7 Custodes. I was on the permanent transhuman bandwagon for 18 months. Long time. I was really beating that pulpit, up on that soapbox. We need permanent transhuman. Give it to me now. It's not even that good. Thematic. Other armies have it. We should have it. But now, honestly, you just need one more attack on every data sheet. That's what I want more than anything. And that's sad.
That's your new pulpit.
That's sad.
It is pretty sad.
That's all I want in life. Just one more attack.
What's that rule that you have in one of your armies that allows you to just always be top profile? Or
it's like a stratagem. Well, some armies just have it as a chapter tactic.
Who does that? But yeah.
That's what I want on Sylvaneth.
Oh, that's a good point, actually.
That army gets bracketed so quick, and it's so sad when your big beetle, which used to be like this tanky thing, comes like limping in across the battlefield, and
that's
you're
so
like,
sad.
You're like,
Especially in Sigmar.
Especially in Sigmar.
Because it's
the Cruel Boys mount trait is so weird. You're always on top bracket until you're at below half.
Oh.
So it's like
so when it matters.
When it matters.
That's weird.
Yeah. It's cruel.
I don't like
that.
It
is. I would. The first thing that came to mind, funny enough, was Mob Up. I want my Mob Up back for my orcs. Which used to be as they run away, they just make bigger and bigger groups of orcs as they regroup. Because I feel like a bit of that spirit is kind of lost right now, and it was fun and powerful and fluffy and.
Did you get like a 90-man boys unit?
Yeah.
Those are the days. 8th edition. Those were the days. Yeah. Do you remember pre-Codex orcs?
Pre-Codex.
Pre-Codex orcs were stupid.
Oh, they were. Yeah.
Well, thank you, Oct 12 shots. Oct 12 shots.
It's OC 12 shots.
OC
12 shots.
Oct. Well,
I don't know.
Something 12 shots. What up?
Oh, OC 12 shots. Okay, that makes more sense.
Oct 12.
I mean, it's all capitalized.
Yeah.
Okay. Since Necron protocols suck, what do you think of this? Keep everything the same as is now, except you always get bolt directives or choose only one and getting an extra CP that turn.
It's close. Here's what I would do. Every turn, you get to pick one and you get one sub one. And if it's your Dynasty's one, you get both still. So you don't have to be next to nobles or don't need nobles.
Yes, that's the big problem.
And you just pick them in that turn, just like almost everyone else. Sorry, Custodes.
Wow.
Almost everyone else gets to just get them, know when they're happening,
and
doesn't have to stress about them at the beginning of each game. I hate that stress. I don't know how you've been finding
Well, okay. The thing with these is that half of them are almost useless in any given matchup. So you're just like, oh, I just won't. I'll take these 3 cards. Oh, you're not all vehicles and monsters? Okay, cool. I never need Rendax.
Right.
Oh, I don't have any shooting. So Salvus, just throw that out.
Yeah.
And now you have 4 to choose from, and that's a lot easier. And Callistus, honestly, every time is the first one, because you're not going to do anything turn 1 other than advancing, ever, in any game, ever. So Callistus is always first. So you really just have to pick between 3 for 2 turns. And then if you have Trajan, you just, none of it matters. You just pick whatever you want and change it later.
That's fair.
And you're going to put 1 unit into a different stance every turn anyway. So, like, it's not that bad.
And they're more impactful than the Necron ones, too. It's not like,
Right.
if you get a 6, then you get a little AP. Like,
Right.
It's so specific and minor.
Some of them are kind of like that.
But some of them are like no rerolls against your army for a turn.
Well, yes.
Dear God.
Yes. They are pretty broad in their, you know, in their efficacy.
Yeah.
Like, honestly,
I like that.
Callistus is the best one.
Sure.
It's not even, like, it's not mind-blowing. It's not crazy.
Yeah. It's just good.
It's advance and shoot, or roll 2 dice, take the highest for advancing. And that's just always good. And the worst one, Rendax, is just always bad.
Even against the things it's good at.
Right. It's like, oh, +1 strength against vehicles and monsters.
Oh, that's
cool,
right.
Cool,
that's
cool.
right. +1 strength.
Cool. 6 to hit auto wound. Vehicles and monsters. Great. Only if I charged, huh? Cool.
And it's melee only.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, he's going to stew over there.
Yeah.
Thank you, Amanda James.
Heyo.
Hello, what are your thoughts on the various versions of Sisters HQs? They have interesting relic and trade options for a 50-point character. Turn off OBSEC, straight 6, -3 AP, 6-shot, 15-inch flamer, ignoring cover.
Yeah.
This is the Sister of Silence characters.
Yeah, okay.
And here's the problem. The strat that gives you Warlord traits and relics, limited. You can only get 2 extra Warlord traits, or you can only put Warlord traits on 2 characters that aren't your Warlord.
Okay.
You can only buy 2 additional relics.
That's normal.
The Custodes ones are amazing,
all right.
and you want to spend all of those on Custodes ones. That's
see.
why you don't see Sisters characters. It's funny that I'm saying this because the book's not even out yet, but from everybody who's been playing the book, you don't see the amped up Sisters characters despite how awesome they are, because the Custodes characters are just more awesome.
So you think that they maybe, it would have been, they would see play if they were in a different category, if they weren't competing for these same slots.
Right, yeah.
Like you get 2 Sisters relics,
Trajan.
2 regular relics.
Yeah, if you could have, even just 1, if there was like a once per game buy a Sister Warlord trait, I probably would, because turn off OBSEC is cool.
Oh yeah,
I don't know how
good.
I get her there.
So it's a bubble?
Yeah, it's an
Engagement
aura.
range?
It's like within engagement range of her or something.
That's real good though. Still.
I just don't know how I get her there without her dying.
Yeah.
I would try it.
Yeah, it's true.
And the relics are decent. Like the Whisper Cloak thing, pretty cool.
Does someone do?
It's 4-up invuln and something else.
Like that you can't be targeted right here.
It's gone. Oh, thank you.
It's like the Sanctus roll, right?
I forget. I don't know.
Find out.
I don't. We'll find out.
What's the chance you could just like get one of those little tuna rolls?
Oh, -1 to hit and wound.
Fine, I'll wait.
That's really good. -1 to hit and wound and a 4-up invuln. That's a great relic right there.
That's a fantastic relic.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know.
No, I feel you. It's that category thing. We've said this problem with books already before, where it's like the Redemptors. Why don't we see her? Well, it's because there's other things that are at least as good.
And their characters have 5 wounds.
And that's bad.
It's not many.
That's more than they should have. All my human characters have 4.
Yeah, but these are like they're sisters.
Cream of la crop.
Eldar characters have 5 wounds.
The Farseer.
That's like the standard.
Yeah, but the Farseer is weird.
Aren't they all 5? Other than the Warlock.
Death Guard characters?
5 wounds.
4.
Some have 4.
The support ones are all 4.
Yeah.
Which is weird. Anyways, we're getting off topic.
But the Knight Centura,
Calm down.
the only sister character, is a combat character. It's supposed to be like a captain.
Yeah, so it's more about that role.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Daminant. Bridger, would some land raiders with las cannons not cover the Sisters' max S5 weakness? Add hunter killers onto all rhinos as well for pretty cheap. Could that let them have their fair/friendly/fun game?
Okay. Yes.
Fun,
you can
fair,
have fun, friendly games with a full sister army. Honestly, it's just like it's one of those things where like I wouldn't.
Terrifying.
It takes a special kind of person to own enough sister models, because there's one kit, and you would just be buying
Right. It's very niche. Is what you're
like
saying.
40 of that kit to have a full sister army. Gosh. There's 5 models per box.
I want them to have that support. I
12
don't think
points
this
a
book
model.
is it. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I mean, I don't know if I ever see them having enough data sheets to be their own army.
Yeah.
There's a reason it's Talons of the Emperor. It's like not supposed. Oh, no, it's Codex Custodians. All right, never mind.
No, that's fine.
I thought it was Codex Talons
Really?
of the Emperor. No, it's Codex Custodes. The sisters are still just tacked on. Yeah, there's not enough. Do las cannons on Land Raiders solve the problem? No. No, because their big things shoot your big things, and then you're out of big things to ever do anything. I know it sounded stupid,
No, I know.
but like Land Raiders
You're
are
extreme about it, but you're
not
wrong.
good. And the reason they're not good is that it's hard to get your points back with them. They're not super effective at killing stuff, and they're not that hard to kill.
Mm-hmm.
And so their big things will kill your Land Raiders, and then you have nothing.
Well, that's bleak. Thank you, A Clockwork Nerd.
Heyo.
How viable do you think Imperial Knights are competitively?
Very.
And if you saw it yet, the new secondary, Yield No Ground in White Dwarf, hashtag Swole Bridger.
Okay, thanks.
You were talking about that. Your pull-ups, doing it.
I have been doing pull-ups and need to stop doing pull-ups because it's really hurting my performance in the gym. It is also making everything hurt. Okay, so Knights are already competitive.
Yeah, they are.
Like,
With Freeblade especially.
and especially now that everybody's bringing these dumb -1 damage Rumble Fest.
Oh my god.
Knights want that Rumble Fest.
Knights, yeah.
They thrive in that
They're
environment.
super down for it,
They're
honestly.
like, oh, you don't have a bunch of OBSEC bodies that I have to waste my time running over there to kill?
Yeah.
Great. I'm going to kill all your stuff.
Let's do this thing!
Oh, and then I just get in there like an orc player
Yeah.
and win the game. Now it's like probably the best Knights have been in a long time.
Yeah.
And I honestly don't know if the pictures of that White Dwarf were British people who live near G-Dub and got their White Dwarf early and it's a legitimate picture,
Right.
or if we're back to the leak problem because there have been so many leaks in the past 2 weeks and we cannot condone such behavior, chat. Stop leaking stuff, sharing it with each other. Just wait for it to come out, okay? This doesn't help anybody.
It arrives when it arrives. It hurts people.
It hurts
It
people.
erodes their relationship with G-Dubs.
It does. And if this keeps happening, we're just not going to get... You won't get previews.
Yeah.
I don't think people see the connection between people with preview copies of things leaking them and nobody getting previews of anything anymore.
Well, not only no previews, but potentially also no more outside playtesters.
Yeah.
When we go back to closed doors G-Dubs, which,
sucks.
you know, if you've been around for long enough, you remember those times and they were dark. But enough of that. We're excited about Knights.
That's great.
Thank you, Bombard. New to
Good
40K,
name.
started Custodes Army. You said you like Solar Watch, but what 2 other shield hosts would you consider, and how would your armies be different?
Fantastic
Great
question.
question. This is such a good question.
Yeah.
Okay. Dreadhost, honestly, I think is up there. It's one of the things I would consider. Emperor's Chosen are good for MSU. So they have the 1 reroll to hit or wound. That's it. Just to hit or wound. Oh, every time you shoot or fight. Great. So it's the reroll thing. But there have been so many renditions of the reroll thing that it's a little bit different every time.
Right.
So it's good. You run MSU, you get a little bit of that more consistency, and they get a 4-up feeling pain against mortals. Cool. That like kind of hedges against your bad matchups. I'm not a huge fan of that because I think it makes your good matchups substantively worse.
Do they have a thing to get another person's chapter tactic? Shield tactic thing?
Yes, Esteemed Amalgam.
Okay. Is it
So
a warlord trait, really?
in your command phase, 1 CP, one of your units gets a fighting style from another of the chapters,
host.
which means you get both their traits.
Sounds very, very strong. So if you only need like 1 unit to fall back and charge, seems quite good.
But why do you only need one? When do you only need 1 unit to fall back in charge? I think you could. This is compelling to run bikes.
Yeah.
The problem is this strat.
Centauri.
You want to use this strat with like every unit, every turn for everything. You're like, oh, it would be good if I could reroll charges here, or if I
Well,
could fall back and charge there.
You wouldn't do reroll charges. Unless you wanted to reroll 2 charges.
Right. I see. Yeah. But it's just such a good strat.
That it's bad?
Not that it's bad. It's just like you can't rely on it to do one thing always, because there's probably something else you're going to want to do as well. Like if you're saying, okay, this is my Solar Watch. I'm going to make this unit Solar Watch every turn.
Right.
Then you can never do anything else with this strat, and the strat is so flexible. You can't throw that flexibility away.
Yeah,
You can't lean on Solar Watch like that.
That's fair.
Could just be Solar Watch. But the other thing Solar Watch gives you, the reason I think this is not enough to beat Solar Watch also gives you Advance and Charge. Yeah. And you can't get that anywhere else. Advance and Charge is only in Solar Watch. Yeah. But anyway, Emperor's Chosen is good. It's good. They're good. It's just generally good. And then Dread Host gives you another source of 3 damage with the Relic Axe, and it gives you reroll charges, which is the next best thing to +1 to charge. And the increased AP is nice.
I agree.
That's all I have to say about that.
Sure.
Well, thank you, Anthony.
Yo.
Very torn between CSM Black Legion and Raven Guard. Love both aesthetics equally and want to play one. What are your suggestions?
Oh.
Raven Guard. Don't go Chaos. Nobody wants to be Chaos. Chaos is not going to get a book for another 15 years. It's going to be 15 years before Chaos gets another book. Other than Chaos Knights. That book's coming.
Allegation made on a false bet, which you swindled me on. Look, as much as I love Black Legion, I think I actually agree with Bridger. About the Raven Guard thing, not about the 15-year thing. That is uncalled for. I believe they previewed.
GW can print that book at any time. What is taking them so long?
It's infuriating. There's an article about the new thing.
How they're never going to get a book?
Yeah.
It was actually on the community site. GW came out and said.
Did you realize that Shield Drones got a second win before CSN did?
Mm-hmm. No, everything did.
Everything did.
The whole game really moved away from CSM. They know the memes. That's the thing that boggles my mind. Is like the people who work at Games Workshop follow all of this culture.
Right.
And they're like a part of it, and they're aware.
Yeah.
And they just don't care. They're gonna do their thing.
I don't know if they don't care. I don't know the reason why. I can't pretend to understand why the gods do what they do.
They're gonna do their own thing, you know? Like they're not gonna let the people tell them what to make.
Right. Well, that's true.
They're just gonna make what they're gonna make.
Of course.
Which is not a CSM codex.
Hurtful. This is the thing I was looking for, just to confirm. They talked about Warzone Knockwound. Vigilus alone unlocks a sneaky Phobos-clad army of renown. Did I say it right? Renown? Yeah. That's exciting to me. It's an army of renown that's Phobos-based. Yeah. And that's the thing that, like, look, we don't have a Raven Guard army. This is the thing that makes me want to have a Raven Guard army. I've been talking about this one for a while with Bridger and Brian. I was like, we got to get a Raven Guard army. I'm excited. So
we do have to get a Raven Guard army.
That was a long way to say Raven Guard.
Well, thank you, Roblos the Watcher. Bridger, can you please read Trajan's Moment Shackle rule, just for clarification on what he can do?
Yep, I'm on it.
Can you read the blah blah blah?
Yeah. It does once per game, one of 3 things. All right, once per battle, you can do one of the following. At the end of the fight phase, if this model is still within engagement range of an enemy unit, it can fight again. That's what I was planning to do in this game.
Yes.
When a saving throw has failed for this model, the damage characteristic of the attack is changed to 0. This was not relevant because I died under 1,000 attacks, the weight of 1,000,000 suns, the only thing that can kill Trajan. And the third bullet, after an enemy unit has fought, if this model is eligible to fight, you can fight with it next. You can interrupt. So it can interrupt, fight twice at the end of the fight phase, or reduce a failed save damage characteristic to 0. Those are the 3 things. You can only do one of them once per battle.
Awesome. There it is. Thank you, Heis Rosenheim. Fantastic game. Are you going to be taking these 2 armies to LVO? How excited are you after last year's pause? Although NLVO was fun too.
NLVO was fun.
It was so much fun. It was a lot of fun. I'm
excited, but also nervous, apprehensive. Like, I haven't interacted with large numbers of people in a long time.
Years.
And I don't know if I'm ready. Also, Omicron, spooky.
That's what I thought you were going to say. And then you said people.
I mean, in the list of priorities, I'm more afraid of people than Omicron, really.
we gotta, there's something.
You can't change me, Adrian. It's who I am.
I will try.
I'm very introverted.
Yeah.
But I am excited about LVO. I think it's going to be fun.
Very, very excited. I didn't even get to go to the last one, funny enough.
That's true.
Yeah, so it's been even longer for
It's
me.
been a long time for you.
You are going for the first time.
For my first time.
You've never been to LVO.
It's going to be nuts.
So much fun.
There's going to be so many nerds there.
There's so many people.
What's gonna be weird is there's gonna be people who know who I am.
Yeah.
That's going to be weird.
Prepare yourself.
Like,
It's pretty cool, but it's weird.
Yeah. No, it is weird. Good luck.
You're going to do great. We're super excited. I'm taking my Drakari, as I mentioned, not this list. You are taking some
Custodes.
version of
Yeah.
Custodes that probably has Trajan in it.
Probably
for
not.
sure has Trajan
But
in it.
definitely
that.
Solar Watch.
Definitely Trajan.
Definitely Solar Watch.
Trajan as Solar Watch. Yep.
Great. Thank you, Hamsterdam.
What up?
Oh, that was fun to say. I love the new Howling Banshees, but I suck at using them. Is there an Exarch loadout / something I'm missing? They just bounce off most things.
You don't suck. The unit sucks. Yeah, look, they are in a bad spot right now.
They were about an 8th, and the game has moved away from...
Yeah. Because let's talk about Howling Banshees real quick, and then let's talk about the elephant in the room after that. Howling Banshees' idea is they have their masks so they can turn off Overwatch or they can overwhelm senses. Lots of ways to represent that. They've done that different ways in the past. Or they can have a lot of attacks, they move fast. These are all the things.
Yeah.
Right now, about the only thing they do is they move fast and they do turn off Overwatch. Cute.
It's true.
They have low strength, not lots of rend, and they're not durable enough. They're not like dodging and bobbing, weaving, all these things. So they do almost all these other things badly. So that's kind of the problem around them. The elephant in the room, of course, is we know that there's a new Eldar book coming out.
Yep.
And that could change everything. We hope it changes everything. I think if you look at I still look at the Drakari book as potential models for things that they could do with Eldar. And you know, things like Incubi and Mandrakes and Witches and how fantastic those units are.
Yeah.
And they can totally do something similar for these kinds of units.
Well said.
Thank you.
There we go.
Awesome. Thank you, Siege Roots. So with Redemptors going doo-doo,
Dodo.
dodo,
No, I like your answer better.
I mean,
You're not wrong. She's out of line, but she's not wrong.
I read what they really wanted to say. Does this mean more Van Vets, maybe Termies, Eradicators to kill the big guns / transports to get units into fighting big guns?
I think so.
I think we're in a very sad list building rock, paper, scissors.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it feels like there's almost no nuance anymore. And I shouldn't be the person to point out this problem, because I love building stupid skew lists and playing them and going 5-1. Like, that's who I am as a person. And I think we've gone too far. When everybody's a skew list, it's not interesting to be a skew list anymore.
Yeah.
But you can't not be a skew list when everybody is. You can't play conventional Warhammer when nobody is, because people will just dunk on you.
Yeah.
You'll lose all your games.
Yeah.
So I didn't answer your question. I'm just venting frustration. I don't know what the answer is, because the meta's going to shift so fast. You think Redemptors are bad now. I guarantee you by the end of LVO, you won't think that anymore, for some reason that I don't know.
Well, no, I think Redemptors are good right now, but we think that they're going to be bad soon, but then maybe good again after that.
Right. It's so, the cycles are so fast now.
They're so fast. It's every month, every few weeks. Look, we know that Tau and Eldar are coming up, two armies that are very likely to change things. And we also know that there's new missions somewhere in the future.
Right.
So all these things can drastically change everything in a moment.
Yeah.
We're at this weird kind of peak again. And this too shall pass. But I do think in the meantime, Vanguard vets, like durable MSU, small things that don't care about -1 damage, don't care about big shots, and then the Eradicators to kill, frankly, your big bugs or your Talos or whatever it is, feels like a pretty solid bet.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, thank you, Dace Con. Good day, gents. There was a great game.
Thank
That
you.
was a great game. Any spicy predictions for LVO, GSC / Custodes in the top 10? Is Brian going? Question mark?
Brian is going.
He's going.
Do you have any hot takes?
Oh, I don't know.
Spicy predictions?
So be nice about it, but I don't think Custodes will make the top 10.
Definitely not.
I think a GSC could make it. I don't. It's
possible.
for sure not 100%, but they could. I think it's mostly still going to be Drukhari.
I don't
Black
want to.
Templar.
This is going to come out wrong. But
Okay.
I think that
Love
if GSC does get top 10, they got to roll wrong.
Oh.
And this is not, obviously, we don't know who would be doing this. Like, I'm not pointing
I
a
know.
finger at somebody
I
and
know
not
what
being
you're
like, you're a cheater. It's like,
I mean, the probability is just so high given the book, right? And the little
Right.
time to learn it.
the book is so complicated. It came out so close to the list deadline.
Right.
And they managed to perform better than we expected. And all those combined tells me I think they got something wrong.
Yeah, and it's not a book that you like immediately open and you're like, oh, it's super clear. This is like mega powerful. You know what I'm saying?
And a lot of people are going to open this book and blah, blah, blah something and be like, this is I built an army around this. And then they won't catch it because they blah, blah, blah'd it.
Yeah.
And their opponents won't catch it because
Totally.
nobody read the book that came out
Yeah.
10 minutes ago.
Some people think they can do +1 damage in melee. It's crazy.
Right?
Guys, I have no idea.
There you go.
But who do you think will make it?
I think Tyranids are going to be like half
Tyranids,
of top 8. I think there will be some Drukhari.
Yeah.
Maybe like between 2 and 4.
Tyranids. Yeah. I'm calling 1 Black Templar.
Yeah, I think that's not a crazy bet. It's not a safe bet, but it's not crazy.
Just 1.
You don't think any orcs are going to crack through?
No.
1
I
orc.
think orcs struggle.
1 orc.
Like, right?
I don't think orcs are in a super good spot.
Yeah, I
At
agree.
the tippy top. Orcs are like 5-1. Like if I
Right.
That's
didn't
fair.
want to try to shoot for as high as possible, I could take my orcs and feel fairly confident about a 5-1.
But I think the reason they're 5-1 is the players. It's not the book. It's that so many good players have been playing
Dedicated
orcs.
players.
and
It
they're
is
so
true.
dedicated.
Yeah.
I think that's why they're 5-1. Otherwise, they'd be like a 4-2.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
But yeah, I think it's going to be dominated by Tyranids. And it's not a hot take. I think Tyranids are going to Crusher Stampede all over LVO.
Well, frankly, Crusher Stampede and even just the more traditional Leviathan, fantastic. This is this is an 8th edition book, guys.
Just goes to show
That's wild.
what GW can do when they put their mind to something.
Well, thank you, Magnus. Did nothing wrong
Heyo.
again. So what do you think of the Weber's pistols? It felt like GSC needed more firepower this game. What would you change? Would you have overloaded the ABs in CCs to wound 2+ by shooting 10?
Are you trying to tell me that these picks are industrial weapons? How do I overload
Oh, it's a power
pick?
pick. Because it's a power pick.
Oh, it's a
Adrian.
power pick.
It's like a jackhammer, but in your hand.
The moment I said
Handheld
it,
jackhammer.
power pick. The moment I said it, I was like, but they're not industrial weapons. I was like, they probably are. But I'm just going to keep going.
It's a handheld jackhammer. It just
Oh, fascinating.
it picks the wall
Did you
for
blah
you.
blah?
No, just assumed.
I feel like that's not a good design for an industrial piece of equipment.
I mean, it's like, have you worked with power equipment before?
But yes,
Power drill?
But like
Like, you could max it out,
But it's not a-
really dangerous.
no, I just mean like not
Sure, if I
maxing
was-
it out. I just mean is a mining tool, right? So we're taking a pick and we're saying, what if I just made it shake like a jackhammer?
Uh-huh.
But a jackhammer, you can put your weight into it.
Power, right.
And like a power pick, like you can't, it would just shake in your arm against
it's
the
not
rock.
a jackhammer, though.
What is it?
It's a power pick, like a power sword. So it's
So it, like,
energized.
slices through the rock?
Yeah.
Weird.
I don't know what a power sword is, but it's like energy.
What is the goal of this mining? Is it to clear the area or to extract precious minerals? Because I think that would destroy the precious minerals.
Well, I don't think the
Worthless.
pick is like your fine grain
Worthless.
extractor. It's like, I think first you start with the big drills, and then you get the picks when you get close. We're never going home.
We're talking about in lore, the industrial equipment that they use to mine.
Nope, thank
I'm
you,
sorry.
Brandon Carver.
Wait, hold on. there's more questions in this question.
Is there? I don't know.
Yeah. All right, the Webers, which we're not even going to get started with what a Weber is canonically, but the way the Webers work are basically you roll to hit,
It's just big handcuffs.
and then you don't, and then you don't roll to wound. You roll, and if you roll higher than their strength, it does a mortal wound. And so I thought about this a lot before the book came out, and it's just too situational. If we were in this situation of, I don't know, it's just, I was gonna say if witches were everywhere, Sure. But the problem is, witches just died to anything. It's not that they were
Right,
that tough.
they don't care.
Sisters. If sisters became a problem,
Sisters of Battle.
of battle, not of silence,
Mm-hmm.
then this would be great. Because you're going against strength 3. If there was like, if everyone was playing Sacrosanct all the time,
Right.
Webbers would be great. But it's too situational. So leave them at home.
Or AdMech. Sisters and AdMech are like the 2 targets.
Yeah, but like, so it's not that many shots. It's D3 shots.
But is it Blast? I'll bet it's Blast.
It is Blast.
There you
Okay,
go.
okay,
3
okay,
shots.
okay. All right, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, Sisters and Admech. Look, if this book came out 6 months ago, 6
Yeah.
months ago, then I would be taking Webbers.
There you go. We did it.
Oh, you want to go back to axes or something? Okay, thank you, Brandon Carver. Hey, Titans. John Lennon won a tournament. I mean, it's John Lennon. Okay, with Levi
Yeah.
Nids and Steeler Patrol a month ago. With the new codex, what GSC patrol units do you take now?
Great question.
Like, it could have been like John Lennon took like,
Right.
Potatoes.
potatoes.
I mean, I'll say I don't think you lose a lot of the fancy deep strikes. And I think that's the utility that you want out of Genestealer Cult. So you're still going to be, it's probably mostly the same detachment that he's going to bring. He might swap out the characters, but the troops are really what you want to support your tune-ins. So you're going to be bringing some Acolytes, maybe some Neophytes, do your fancy deep strikes,
Right.
win the game.
I would take a unit of something that has the pre-game move. Because one of the reasons you take that GSC patrol is for screening out. You take blips, which, by the way, I don't think you can fly over blips anymore. So it's important.
You can't fly past them?
Yeah.
Weird.
You can't end. No part of your move can go within 9 of them. Whereas before, you just can't end.
That's so stupid.
It sounds stupid until you think of the reasons why. Anyways, blips were good for screening out flyers, the height of flyer craziness, which is also when John was playing this, right? Yeah. But the bombers, which fly straight over, do their bombing run, wouldn't stop them.
Yeah.
And that's stupid, so I'm okay that this stops that.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's the one thing.
Thank you, Cobra Commander. Hey, Titans. What's your favorite flavor of Ghirardelli chocolate?
Oh.
Finally, someone's asking questions that matter. John gets to answer too because he's in chat. Asking for a friend.
Asking for a friend.
Do you know if did John answer?
John's favorite is...
You can't answer for him. That doesn't make any sense.
So, what's your
make
favorite,
any
Mel?
sense.
Milk chocolate. I'm a classic.
Milk chocolate.
I
That's
just
gross.
like milk chocolate. Why you hate on milk chocolate?
You
You want your chocolate
You're
to be
lactose intolerant.
painful.
So?
And?
Me too, by the way. That
Exactly,
sounded horrible.
But you like pizza.
I know, but
Okay.
pizza
She
doesn't
likes
like
chocolate.
Like, I have a nut allergy and will never eat a nut. I am lactose intolerant and have ice cream in the fridge for tonight. Like,
That's true. Yeah, some things are worth it.
exactly.
Yeah. Okay, I rescind my answer. I accept that.
Thank you.
Even though it's milk chocolate.
Yeah, Adrian wants it to taste like dirt.
I like dark, like very dark chocolate or dark chocolate with raspberry.
Yes, again.
What about you, Bridget?
I mean, chocolate on things is ideal. Salty things are good. Chocolate-covered pretzels,
Ooh,
chocolate-covered
pretzels.
potato chips.
Do you like the
Chocolate covered pickles?
Yes. You ever had it? Don't judge. It's
chocolate
good.
covered pickles?
No, it's really good. Salt and sweet together,
Yeah.
amazing. Pretty much any combination of those
And
two.
you can call that a vegetable.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's cucumber.
Would anyone call a pickle a vegetable?
Chocolate-covered fruit, also amazing.
That's
so
true.
Yes.
Amazing.
just chocolate on things.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
I'm still thinking about John's favorite one. But
I think John disappeared in chat too.
that's why we have to answer for him. He likes banana flavor.
Does he? I'll bet he doesn't.
I bet he actually has probably a strong aversion.
He's like deathly ill. He's deathly allergic.
I have one allergy, and it's bananas.
It's bananas.
But thank you, Kyle. Hey Titans, rank the top 5 armies and the bottom armies. Where would you place Necrons?
I like this list a lot.
This list? Do you mean questions?
I like this question.
What? What?
Where he wants us to rate like top 5 armies, top 5 bottom armies, bottom 5 armies.
I don't know if you're gonna make it through 10 armies. Okay, Tyranids. Drukhari. I think Admech are still really good. They're not top, but they might be top 3. Oh, Grey Knights. Grey Knights are top 3.
Grey Knights.
Yeah.
There's gonna be Grey Knights at LVO
Yes,
too.
that'll
But
be-
Chat already got there.
sorry guys.
We goofed that up.
We missed. I don't know.
It's been a long day.
Well, you know what it was? John's not playing in the main event, so we're like, well, then there's no going to be Grey Knights.
No Grey Knights. Clearly, they're not going to win. They're
John
spiritual
does
leader.
like banana.
He does? Is he here?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, John!
How did Adrian know?
He does watch our
John,
stuff.
I know you. Our
Aw.
hearts are one.
John watches us.
Rude. I'm right here.
John,
We have 3 of our top 5. We just need 2 more.
can we put...
Orcs.
Sisters? I'm going to put Sisters in the top 5.
You're crazy.
I think they'll do it. I don't know how.
I put so many of them like together, you know? And like Space Marines are like certain builds can do really well.
So what
But
you're saying
the
is you
majority are
would
not?
not put Necrons there.
I probably
No.
would not put Necrons.
There you go.
Bottom 5?
Okay, bottom 5.
GSC? Custodian?
No. Currently, Craft World are worse than both those factions.
Tau,
Tau are
So you have
currently
to branch
worse than both
Chester.
those factions. So Tau, Craft World, Harlequins.
worse than Guard?
Yes. New Guard? New Guard's better than Harlequins.
You mean you got 2 spots? I think Harlequin and Guard
Fine,
can
Harlequin
hang
Sure,
out.
Harlequins and Guard.
Fine. I accept that answer. What's the other old book? Inquisition.
Or a new book. No, that's not a faction. Or a new book that's just legendarily bad. Blood Angels might be bottom 5.
No.
They might be.
No, hard pass.
There are
Today?
really good players who are trying really hard to make them work. Without that, they would definitely be bottom 5.
But they can do fine.
What about Space Wolves? Do you think Space Wolves are below Blood Angels?
No, Space Wolves are doing quite well right now, actually.
Oh, there's like one. There's a meme. All right, fine.
That's what I mean. Space Marines have all the outlier lists.
Fine.
Fine.
You think Blood Angels are not bottom 5?
Demons.
Demons are bottom. Well, yeah. They're in a similar spot to Blood Angels.
We haven't seen them do anything in a while, though.
Nobody plays them because they're bad. Both of them.
All right,
Chad
demons.
says CSM.
Oh.
Oh.
Guys, I don't know why you ask us. We kind of
fair.
suck at this.
That's fair. I'll
Oh,
allow
and
it.
Chaos Knights.
I'll allow it.
Chaos Knights are pretty bad, too.
Well, but I think right now they have a moment to shine.
Do they?
They still have flat 6 damage in combat, and they get there faster than Imperial
I'm
Knights.
just salty about them not getting all the OBSEC that the Imperial Knights do have.
Nobody has OPSEC right now. You're all just like
The Imperial Knights do.
derpy, gigantic.
They have it with the free blade. The whole army can be OBSEC.
That's dumb. I agree.
Ugh.
Shouldn't. Okay. All right. Yep.
All right, we did it.
Thank you, Jason Frinfrock.
Hey-oh.
That's a fun name.
Right?
What's his actual name? You're like laughing at his
No, but
person's
it's
name.
fun. I'm not laughing at it.
No, I wasn't laughing at it. I giggled at how much joy it brought me to
It's just
say.
a fun name.
Yeah.
I just-
If I said Frin Frock, I'd feel nice too.
Isn't it Finn Frock?
I
Only
mean,
one R.
who
Finfrock.
knows at what
It's
point
still fun,
I'm
though.
reading at this.
Finn
good.
Frock.
Right? It's enjoyable.
Finn Frock.
We're probably saying it wrong. Wardens provide sisters characters with bodyguard rules, right? Do
Yeah.
you think wardens would ever be useful?
I think they're useful, but not for the bodyguard rule. Custodes models already count as 2 for the purposes of bodyguard rule, which means if you have 2 models left in a squad, you bodyguard. Which means the warden bodyguard rule is only relevant when there's a single warden left, which is not meaningful. But wardens are like custodian guard with 1 extra attack and a 6-up field of pain for
Yes.
just like 10 more points a model. Now, if the whole army just had +1 more attack, like I think they should, then you don't care about wardens. But I think right now, wardens are maybe interesting. Maybe. Maybe.
Awesome. Well, last one for the night. Thank you, Siege Roots. So I'm building up out to the Sisters Battle Force box, and the Bloody Rose sneak peek makes me really hyped. Also, Sisters turning off OPSEC may have helped. Just a little.
I think we're mixing sisters here, though, aren't we?
Yes?
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
There's no Sister of Battle way to make them take away OPSEC, is there? No, you just give something OPSEC.
don't think
you just have more
the-
models than them.
Points upgrades do that. Do they?
In any case, both sisters are cool. Both kinds of sisters are cool. I don't even know what's in the Bloody Rose. I just know that people are excited about it.
We should have talked about it today.
It's probably not worth the effort for the last question of the night. I mean, not that the last question's not worth the effort,
Wow.
but that
Well,
we are
I lost my
already
fun.
quite tired and starting a whole new
I'm still
thing.
wondering about the power picks, okay? I just want to know.
Like, how do they actually mine? Is that a really
yeah.
question?
I also like that Bridget thought that they were like, you would hold them and they'd be like,
Yeah, it's like a jackhammer. A jackhammer is
No.
a power pick.
No.
No,
If you
it's
think
not the
about
same
it.
at all. Do you agree with this?
I think we should tell them what's happening next week.
Power pick discussion. Power pick discussion next week.
Tune in Saturday.
Tune in Saturday.
No, I'm still here on Saturday.
Mel is producing. Bridget sadly won't be here.
I'm going to call in on Skype, okay? We're going to call me in as an expert.
Yeah. It'll be you, but with with your mustache. With your. That'd be amazing. Oh, it'd be so good. Fine, because we can go home.
So Saturday,
What's going on?
we have Genestealer called against, with some shooting. We still haven't decided which sub-faction. Against Ultramarines. I declared it.
He did declare.
John, you're playing Ultramarines Saturday.
Surprise.
Get ready.
Enjoy it.
Tuesday, we have a vote between maybe Emperor's Chosen, maybe some of the Genestealer cult we haven't played. Maybe you want us to do Sigmar. Maybe you want us to do hot air balloons and just stream from there.
Yeah.
We're going to put it up to you. That's a vote. Do you know what Thursday is? A week from today?
Nope.
That's too far out.
That's too far.
And Zach's not here to ask about next Wednesday. So that's it. That's our schedule.
Woo.
We'll catch you next time on the tabletop.